Jobs are pretty tough to find these days, especially for teenagers, and nearly impossible for teens with a criminal record.
Which is why the city decided to set aside jobs for some kids who might be the least likely to impress a future employer. News 4 government affairs reporter Melissa Russo filed this report.
I didn't really want to paint. Once they taught me, I was doing everything. I was doing good.
This is my first summer youth job. I filed papers. I'm gonna put this as my first job.
For some of these teenagers in juvenile detention, it's their first time doing honest work.
You can't write that on a resume, oh, I'm a drug dealer.
The I-Team has learned this summer, for the first time ever, New York City offered summer jobs to juvenile offenders.
Well, I filed papers. I put stuff in boxes. I made copies. I came in here when I was 14. I got caught up with the wrong friends, the wrong crowd.
Because the teenagers here are behind bars, they work inside their detention center under close supervision. They're earning $7.25 an hour, the same as all the other kids with city summer jobs. They don't get their money until they leave detention. And because these are kids accused of serious wrongdoing, as you might imagine, they're not all exactly model employees. About a quarter of them lost their jobs right away. But most, like 15-year-old Sam, are thriving.
Kids in here need to work. They need to experience something other than seeing that the streets is the right place. My neighborhood, a lot of kids need a job because they don't got nothing better to do. Or just act like fools.
Since kids like Sam and Harry are used to the constant allure of making a fast buck on the street, they never imagined the satisfaction they'd get busting their tail buffing a floor for minimum wage.
You earning money without doing like the negative stuff. I never thought it would happen, but since it did, I'm so happy now. I think it's giving me the right skills and knowledge that I need, like maybe later on in life.
It's a great opportunity for them to get a sense of what it's like to work.
Ron Richter is commissioner of the Administration for Children's Services.
Young people who are in juvenile detention are the young people that we need to focus resources on so that they don't cost society more later.
Of the city's 29,000 summer jobs this year, 600 were set aside for vulnerable teens, including runaways, the homeless, young people in foster care, and in juvenile detention.
What would you say to someone who says, why should we be giving those limited opportunities to someone like you who's in trouble instead of a kid who's never gotten into trouble?
Everybody deserves a chance, and just because you get in trouble doesn't mean you're any different than the kids that aren't getting in trouble. Just focus on the future and what's ahead of me.
And some of these kids make a very compelling argument that they need these jobs more than the kids who haven't faced setbacks in their lives. Ultimately, of course, the challenge is going to be keeping those kids on the right path once they get out of detention. For the kids in this program who were released this summer, they were able to keep working in jobs in the community. And city officials, Sheba and Chuck, are hoping to expand this pilot program next summer.
So we see these kids in a juvenile detention facility, but they don't have criminal records.
Well, they've been accused. In this particular center, they're kids who are awaiting disposition of their case. So they've been accused of wrongdoing, but not convicted yet.
So I mentioned that in the beginning, and that was an error. They don't have criminal records.
No criminal records
okay.
yet.
All right.
Fantastic program, though. A win-win, it seems, for all of those involved. Thank you, Melissa.